YY here in Asheville, North Carolina, doing a gear rundown for Pi Records. So my rig starts with this guitar. This is a 2023 Fender Jazzmaster. I designed this on Fender's Mod Shop feature on their website, which is really cool to play around with. They let you sort of design out of modular parts the guitar that you want. So this guitar is silver burst, black pickguard. They let you pick some features that you like. I chose locking tuners on the back to keep things in tune. Vintage pickups. Otherwise, you know, stock bridge, tailpiece, wiggle stick, that sort of thing. This feature is really cool. I've been playing bass a lot longer than I've been playing guitar, and so this is a nod to that. These are Fender P-Bass knobs, different than the usual plastic that come stock on these things. So a cool sort of gothy looking guitar for surf rock, but it does exactly what I want it to do and sounds the way I like it to sound. It doesn't have all the extra circuits and switches and stuff like that, which just makes life more complicated. I like to keep things simple, so Fender Jazzmaster. From there, we run down into the pedal board. Just a couple of toys to play with. Boss Chromatic Tuner goes into the Exotic Effects SP compressor. They use it mostly for clean boost and a sustainer. I like to run it in conjunction with the full tone OCD. It's my primary dirt pedal. It's a really nice versatile pedal. You can really crank up the drive if you want to have big chunky sort of power chords. I keep it set down just a little bit lower, just to give me a little bit of grit in the chain. Just a really nice full sound that it gives. The other dirt pedal I use is this JHS Bender. It's part of their Classics of Fuzz series. They've got a whole bunch of clones of classic reproductions of classic fuzz pedals. So this one is based off of a 1973 Tone Bender Mark III. It can get really wild if you crank it up, but again, it just gives it a really nice thick fuzzy sound, lots of sustain, great for leads and stuff like that. From there, I go into the classic MXR carbon copy analog delay. I leave it on most of the time to give those drippy sort of surf sounds. Then it goes into the amp. This is just a stock Fender Deluxe Reverb amp. It is probably about 10 years old. I really like the onboard reverb and the onboard tremolo circuits on this, so I use those. I don't have any extra pedals for those sorts of things. Otherwise, stock speakers, stock tubes, those sorts of things. I control the reverb, or the reverb and the vibrato channels with the switch pedal. You'll see that it's got these pieces of tape on there that has big letters so that when I'm standing on a dark stage, as my eyes get worse, I can see which button is which. V for vibrato, R for reverb. Again, trying to make life easy. A pretty simple rig, but the last piece is this little guy here that I'm really proud of. This is a stupid little thing that I made in my garage for pretty cheap, but it does just what I want. So it is a $15 reverb tank that I got off the internet. It's got a little rocker dowel on there and some felt pads to keep me from ruining the floor. But it is designed to simulate kicking over your Fender reverb tank. I don't have one of those. I don't want to kick my amp around stage, so I use this. I call it my Sproinger. It goes sproing. It does what I need to do. A nice, stupid little cheap project, but it's cool to have just a little extra. So I'm Andy from YY, and thanks for joining us on our rig rundown.